Hi there, it's Corie Whalen with Generation Opportunity. So I don't know if you subjected yourself to the statist display that is the State of the Union this week. I know Dr. Paul did do a live reaction as it was happening on this channel, so if you watch that, you're more than informed about what happened. Shockingly, well, it's actually not so shocking, but in a rare moment of honesty, the president actually declared his intentions to do whatever he can unilaterally and completely ignore Congress. And, it's not shocking. Presidents have been doing that for a while, but normally they at least pretend that they're going to defer to the legislative branch, which, as the founders intended, was supposed to be the foremost branch because it represents the people. But no. The president's just going to do what he wants and ignore Congress. And sadly, the Democrats in Congress stood up and cheered when he basically declared them useless. So that was bizarre, but not shocking because partisanship does trump constitutional governance and representation of the people, unfortunately. But you know that already. What I want to concentrate on today is specifically the state of the youth. The policies that the president promoted in his State of the Union that are really, really stifling innovation and opportunity for the millennial generation. So, first of all, the two policies that really struck me were calling for a raise in the minimum wage and pretending that Obamacare is working. First of all, let's start with the minimum wage. It's so easy to pretend that simply raising the minimum wage would eliminate poverty. In fact, I can't believe our president actually said that raising the minimum wage is the path out of poverty. If that was the case, why wouldn't we just raise it to $1 million and everyone would be fat and happy? I mean, the basic economic ignorance there was so disturbing. I don't even think that most Democrats or liberals even think that, but it sounded populist, and I think the president believes maybe he can trick his base. He thinks that voters are that ignorant. It was very disturbing, but he specifically said the minimum wage actually lift people out of poverty, or raising the minimum wage. Now, he specifically mentioned a minimum wage of $10.10 an hour. A recent study from the Employment Institute actually shows that doing so would eliminate up to 1 million entry-level jobs. Now, this specifically hurts young people who are looking to enter the workforce. If businesses can't afford to hire for entry-level positions, what's going to happen? Young people will continue to not be part of the labor force, which is the big problem right now. When you actually count for labor force participation, the youth unemployment rate is at 15.9%. That's something we calculated in our Millennials Jobs Report at Generation Opportunity. We look at the true measure of unemployment, which is labor force participation. The official number of youth unemployment for people 18 to 30 is 9.5%, but that doesn't, again, count for people who are not even in the labor force. And someone under 30 can't just simply retire. So it's very disturbing that this is already the trend, and the president wants to pursue a policy that is proven to eliminate millions of entry-level jobs. It's absolutely terrible. It can't happen. He already, through an executive order, raised the minimum wage for federal contractors because, yay, that's so populist. We all wanted the government to give more of our money to federal contractors who probably are cronies of the administration. It's a mess. But luckily, Congress probably isn't going to have it with this minimum wage thing. I think Obama's just running out of things to placate his base with, so he said that. But it does display a profound ignorance of economics. So that obviously is a problem. But looking now toward Obamacare, this is something I've talked about pretty extensively. Generation Opportunity has our opt-out of Obamacare campaign. And the president and the administration seem quite upset that our opt-out message is working and young people are not signing up for Obamacare. In fact, if you look at the current sign-up numbers, the White House is 2 million short of their initial goal of wrangling 2.7 million young people into the generational theft program that is Obamacare. People are seeing that the costs are too high, that the whole thing is a shell game, and that really it doesn't do anything for our generation except stifle our opportunity and make it harder for businesses to hire us specifically. So the president, he brought out a couple of human props to specifically say Obamacare has benefited this person. He ignores that millions of people's insurance policies were banned as a direct result of Obamacare. He only shows the people who benefited from this redistribution that overall is burdening the economy. So, unfortunately, what we learned from the State of the Union is that the state of the youth is not ideal. The government is continuing its policies that hurt us unabated, but the good news is that young people are rejecting the policies that he's promoting, and they're not signing up for Obamacare. They don't believe what he's saying anymore, so that's good. A recent poll actually shows that 59% of people overall are not happy with the implementation of Obamacare. So this is a program that's likely to sink under its own weight. We have to be there as liberty advocates with alternatives that really explain how the free market empowers individuals, why those voluntary transactions are truly moral, and why freedom is what works for people. So thanks for listening today. Unfortunately, like I said, the government still has its war on youth, but the youth are fighting back, and we don't have to participate in all of this generational theft. We just have to say no where we can and prove to the politicians that we're not going to take it anymore.